Welcome to the channel, guys. Dwayne from Dynamic Graphics. I'm glad to be back with you guys. This point in time right here is the little bit of time that I get, and it's weird because usually the shop is going crazy, and it's been like this for a couple months now. And I do apologize for not throwing the content out as frequent, like weekly and all that stuff. But when I start seeing more subs jump in and more, intuitive into the channel that you guys are doing, then I'll be more dedicated to throwing the content out. But for right now, I'm catching a time where I'm free and I get to dedicate this video to you guys from where we picked off on the last video. Now on this video, we're going back and doing the big order, and you guys are going to see some time lapse of me doing some stuff with that. I couldn't fully sit there and just do the whole job because we had to make sure this job got out on a timely manner. And in sometimes when you're doing orders this big, you're going to deal with some hiccups and stuff like that. So there was a lot of stuff that we had to we had to correct on our own before it went out. So I just kind of wanted to dedicate that time to make sure everything went out, and we basically put our quality control behind anything that went out that day. And the customer is very happy. We're getting a lot of feedback and referrals per that order, and it was just awesome. So you guys are going to see that in this video, as well as other stuff that we're doing in the shop. It's been a busy, crazy couple of months for me. And I also got a little treat for you guys for the DTF side. And I know a lot of you guys that watch this channel do a lot of DTF. So you guys are going to like what I do at the end of this video. We're going to be doing an image, and it's very detailed. And I wanted to show you guys, since we got the Muto back, and we're going to be speaking about everything that went on with this machine, and what was the process, and basically a review. So we got a lot going on in the shop, which we have the Muto back. So without further ado, instead of talking about it, let's be about it. All right, guys, so in here looks a little bit cleaner because the lady that I'm doing this order from picked up a first round of the order that she had. So I think I gave her about 130 pieces so far. And then we just got to polish it off, getting the remainder. I think it's another 100 pieces. So I have 45 shirts right here with our youth shirts that I did. And this is off the Muto. So 45 pieces here. I have some V-necks here, V-necks in this box that I'm gonna polish off, and a couple more sweaters. I actually did this one on the Muto. Pretty dope. Like that one, did that one for me. That's what I said. I miss having my DTF at home because late nights I can get creative. If I was at my other shop, I don't want to be there too long. I want to come home. So having this machine home lets me just be a little creative in stuff that I want for myself. So kind of did this one for myself, and as I'm working through all these other orders. So after this order is complete right here, the 240 something piece, and I give her the remaining of this. She has two side orders, which are jackets that are going to have stitching on them, and also the same logo that you guys seen on this one. And then she has staff shirts, which she's doing for her and her ladies, which are going to say staff on the back with the logo on the front. So we're going to do that as well. Most of this stuff is coming off the Muto, so I don't really have to worry about anything much other than stitching the name onto the left. So everything from the staffing, the logo, definitely is going to be coming off the Muto. It's just easier to do it. I tried doing this logo on the roll-in, and just the contour of this logo, because it has like a splash mark you guys can see right there. that didn't look too good coming off the roll-in. So that's why I said there's some times where you're gonna need to use a different machine that does a better job in doing some stuff. And then there's some stuff that the Muto can't do that the rolling can do. So it's good to have these two bouncing off each other and getting stuff done. But for signage and everything, when it comes to signage, and if you're looking for a portrait on a shirt, the feel might be a little heavier, but you'll get a better quality from the roll-in. And I'm actually getting another roll-in. I'm gonna be getting the big Versa soon, so you guys are gonna be seeing that. I'm just trying to get that big boy out of there. So I think I posted that one up for sale to get rid of it, because I'm not gonna be needing that. I want something where I can do some other stuff too when it comes to, you know, vinyl car wrappings and bigger banners and stuff. So I think once I get the new Versa, the bigger one, maybe I may sell this one. This is a great unit. It's great to start off with, but in time you're gonna wanna branch out and go wider. I'm limited only on 20 on this one. The one I have at the shop is an older Versa, but I'm able to do 54. And I at least want like a 40, around the 40s, maybe a 52 or 54 for the new roll-in. So I'm just doing my homework, seeing what's out there and seeing, you know, the best deal I can get. But we're probably gonna be transitioning from this down the road. But don't get me wrong, this thing has made me a lot of money, and I haven't had to call tech support on this machine since I purchased this machine. It's just been dope, like the lightest maintenance you can ever do versus the Muto. But I get it. DTF is just a little bit more fine application that you have to follow and stuff like that, but still a great machine. But if I was to get another DTF printer, I don't think I will go with this one. I would probably go with something a little bit more where they figured out a lot of things to help us utilize the maintenance a little bit better. And this machine is not hard to maintain, but you're gonna wanna branch out after. And after you notice little stuff about the Muto, you're gonna wanna get away from it and get into something different, which is probably stuff more accessible to reach, to clean better and just make maintenance a breeze. And I'm starting to see machines coming out where these things are like the quickest cleans you can do on them, and the machines run, you know, great. So looking into that down the road, but since we got her back, we're gonna keep her rolling and try to keep her as best in the shape we can. And we'll talk more about this, everything about this machine and what I had to do. Like I told you guys, we're gonna spend a time just discussing the whole shipment part and all that other stuff. So we have all this to do right here. Thank God it looked, because I mean, from the floor all here, we had everything boxed up because we had to do a repack. The customer wanted to get repacked, sized, and also, you know, we throw our little thank yous and stuff in there, make it look professional. This is why big jobs like these, people come back, because you take care of the situation like this for them. So they're just easy to pull into a customer and it looks very professional. So we're gonna keep moving, and you guys are gonna see, like I said, the transitions of me just working through this whole thing and trying to get this one out. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Hope you guys, you know, like everything we do in the shop and stuff like that. I know all you guys on here that I talk to on Facebook and all that other stuff. I appreciate you guys all just showing your support as well too. I love chatting up with you guys because we share the same machines and the same love for, you know, the custom apparel business. So thank you guys, appreciate you guys. All right, guys, so this is the air cleaner that I got, and this thing works really good. You can actually feel the draft when it's pulling the air through this whole room and cleaning it. So it's pretty awesome. How I did it, I put chain links on the top so it's secured like that, and then I basically ran and zip tied going across, and basically how you turn it on is from right here, and then basically you hear it pumping. So I'd advise any of you guys that are running DTF or anything like that, printers definitely in the inks have a lot of fumes that it gives off. So you want something like this right here to help contain and clean your air. That way your health is not affected by any of these things or toxins in the air. All right, guys, so pretty sure a lot of you guys want to know, so let's talk about it. So basically I set my machine, and I'm gonna keep this very short and sweet because this is something that I have moved on from. So, but I understand that you guys don't know the status of what happened when it left, and you guys want to know what happened as it came back and what happened when it was there. To my knowledge, it wasn't the head. And you know what, I still don't even think it was the head, and to be honest with you, I'm pretty sure that that's the same head in my printer, if I'm not mistaken. What I should have did was took a picture and asked for the old head back. That way I could have ruled a lot of things out. But like I said, I don't think that's a new head in the printer. I just think it was fairly cleaned out, and maybe they did add 2 dampers in the back because that's what it really needed. But we'll never know, because like I said, the invoice that was written up to me to get this work done was just absurd. The amount was absurd. But like I said, I didn't argue about it and didn't ask for handouts. I just wanted my machine, and I wanted my machine fixed and done right. So not only did it end up back here in the weirdest way, because I had to go chase carriers to figure out where my machine was, because when it went from a freight, and then the freight, as soon as the freight got it, it immediately went to a smaller company to deliver it to me, and they didn't have delivery for a whole nother week. So I couldn't even get my machine. So I ended up having to find them out and pick it up. So when I did pick up my machine, I brought it home, and the stuff that I paid for getting my machine back, half of my material was in there. And then when I had stated that some material was missing, I got yelled at by the owner of the company. Called in, you need to call them and put an order in. I don't owe you for that, pay for just the head, and just a whole bunch of other stuff. So long story short, I mean, it is what it is. I didn't want to sit there and argue and let it beat up on me. Like I said, I have a business to run. So I opened up the machine itself, and my machine is not even packaged right, and the head was all the way to the left and wasn't even secured into the where it's supposed to be, into the right. So however he charged me, I think it was $2,500 just for the head, which is sliding around through transit and everything like that. Could have did a head strike and I would never know, and probably have to pay for that one too, knowing them. So like I said, I hooked up the machine. There was other stuff that needed to be fixed with the machine. He never fixed it, and it was all told me it was going to be fixed. Then I talked to the guy up right next to the owner. I guess there's 2 owners. He couldn't do much. He didn't do much. When he tried to stress it to the main owner and tech, basically he was telling me that he didn't want to have no involvement of what I was talking about. So there is nothing that he could do in his sense to try to, tell the other owner, hey, this is a problem. We need to make sure this customer is good. That owner / tech that you guys know about, he didn't care about me or whatever. But as soon as I put my money up front, that's what he did. And it's all good. This is business. We got to understand. And like I said, when we progress, we know who to deal with and who not to deal with. So basically I'm in the line of just looking for somebody up here in the Northeast to be able to work on my machine, and you know, who's very knowledgeable. So if any of you guys are in the Northeast, know anybody that works on, you know, the Mutos, and you know, they're licensed, they're good people and stuff like that, I wouldn't mind talking to them to see where we can lay you know, some fine ground when it comes down to that point where we can be able to communicate and get the machine over and have some understanding in getting this fixed, and get some honesty behind it as well too. So that's what's going on with the Muto, but the Muto is great. The Muto is back and I'm very happy. We've been banging out a lot of jobs with the home unit home. That way my other one is not so overloaded, because even that I might have to get fixed at some point as well too, and I'm looking for somebody reputable to send that to, because I will not be going to STS anymore. It's even sad that I have to buy my products from them, but we're, you know, as a team that I talk to other people, we're still trying to find that fine line where we can find good people to work with when it comes to consumables and possibly the smart card issue. So I'm glad to have her back. I know you guys are dealing with a lot with yours, and you guys are enjoying it, because a lot of you guys I used to talk to were waiting on your machine. So I hope you guys are enjoying it. The machine itself, it's a great machine. It's just the people behind it, they're capitalizing, and we have to stop that somewhere and go to the people that really care. And you know, they got a profit, but they actually show care and empathy towards big numbers that it would take to fix a machine like this. Here, let's get up in the shop. We got a lot to do, and this video might be long because I haven't been here for a while. I've just been working, but I'm glad to get to take the pause with you guys right now. So let's head over to the shop. All right, guys, so doing a couple shirts for a couple, and it's pretty dope because off the Muto, this is where the Muto really shines, and this is the stuff you can't get from HTV. Even embroidery, I mean, this is its own separate, like, you know, detail that I love when it comes to DTF, and it's the reason why, even though we go through the bads with it, this is the goods that I love. Now look at this image right here, really dope. Just the rustic wear look, the tattoos, like, this is really dope. So we're gonna be popping this on a shirt. I'm gonna be putting these both on a shirt, and you guys are gonna see how the detail is. This is just the white backing, but you guys will see the true justice after we lay this on a shirt. So let's move along with this one. This is gonna be good. All right, guys, so I'm just adding the adhesive on this one, because there's going to be two, so I just want to make sure I get all this adhesive all over to where it makes the most sense, and those are where the little intricate spaces are, and the detail and everything like that. So make sure to get all that in there and then shake it out real good. The new media STFs just put out kind of helped a lot too. It seems good, seems decent, better than the stuff that they were using before. So that this new film that they have, definitely it looks a little bit more cloudier. I don't know if you guys have gotten this one yet, but basically the one I had was a little bit lighter, and the pull-in process when you're done curing and you pressed and everything like that, it's a little bit more sturdier on you know, the tension that you're pulling at. So I like it. I think it's decent media that they changed over to. I mean, they could have gave us a warning though, right? Because what if it didn't work out good? But this one's good. I don't know if you guys have gotten this one yet, but check out their new media at STS, and let's get the curing. So obviously at my home unit, I'm using an oven, probably just like how a lot of you guys are using it at home as well too. The way I use mine, basically I use the toast setting because it's just quicker for me. It helped, and I can just eyeball it and get it done quickly. Some of you guys set it, and basically you guys wait about what, 1 to 2 minutes and stuff like that. I just kind of wait till it gets to a certain point, pop it in there when I see the adhesive kind of, rise down and turns into that sparkle look. Then I'll start pulling it out, and then you'll start seeing the smoke coming off. Now for the smoke, you guys know that I have a new air duct in my shop now, so this is what I've been working with. The air cleaner that I have, I'm gonna show you guys right here, definitely helps out. So as we're doing this, I'll just turn it on right here and bring you guys back out here. So it may get a little loud in here, but that's just, better be safe than sorry. So as I have my air duct going, and I already started this one up, put it on a basically a pre-temp so we can get it up to the temperature we need. And I'm good with throwing this one in there. It's a pretty big one. I think this one is like 13 by 11 in size, and then the other one is about 16 and 13 on the width. So I'll pop it in there, keep an eyeball on it. This is the only one that I may have an issue, but since I got you guys on camera, we'll figure it out together. So this one's about 16 and 13, I think. So can't wait to get that one done so we can lay that out. So as we're getting the temp, basically we're gonna be laying these on 2 black shirts. All right guys, so we're getting pretty toasty in there, so I got an eyeball on it. So basically I usually just open her up, watch as she's getting hot, and when it gets to this point where I see it at, I personally start like pulling it out slowly. And you'll be able to see a little bit of smoke, and then, like I said, the air duct's helping me out. So we'll do 1 turn on this side, kind of like how the oven would, spit it out on your feeder. And then boom, switch it back around, pop it back in there, and I'll let it get to another point where it gets a little warm. It'd be good now. And then it's just basically coming out like how it would on an oven. You're not gonna let it sit there and bake too much on the convention oven itself. So you just wanna keep it moving, but let it cure evenly and without overheat and underheating it. I just gotta get the top here. So switch it around. That way everything is curing evenly. And some of you guys have a different way of doing it. This is the way I do it because it just makes sense for me. But I'm pretty sure you guys just leave it in there, and basically once you see it's all fully cured, that's when you pull it out. But I don't want to over cure, and this is a process I've already been doing. So I don't know if you guys have some tips for me, just let me know, but this is the way that works for me. So this one's good. Basically, I'll show you guys. I don't know if you guys can see the shine from it, but very good. Now, this is the big boy. Let's see how we're gonna do this one. So, boom. All right, so she just shut off. I'm just gonna turn it back on. Boom, she's back on. And then she's already at temperature right now, so I could just keep going with the process, and it's already hot, so I don't have to really wait for it. So with this, same thing, I could start pulling out now. And for the wider spots, I just have to do that. When I get to the longer spots, like right here, it could just go in easily. So when you're using conventional ovens too, it becomes a little limited, but I'm over here doing a 16 by 13 print, or 17, almost 17 and almost 14. I know 16 high and 13 on the wide high. So pretty good for a conventional oven. You only spend $150 for one versus the actual heat warmers that cost like $200-300. All right, this one should be good. Just double check. All right, gotta hit this side once more and we shall be good. That's why I love it, the one at my shop. I mean, as it's coming out, it's just going through the shaker and curing itself, and this goes right into a roll. So, you know, that does come in handy, but I do not want one of those at my house, so we're not doing that. All right, so we're good here. Let's switch it up. We're gonna get to the pressing part, so I'm gonna get the heat press started for you guys. All right, so I usually only use one, but since this image is like really big, I really need it to stay centered. So we're just gonna go ahead and throw 2 pieces of tape down. All right, so we are all lined up. We're gonna get it over to the press now. So nice and big. And that's what customers love. They love getting more. So before I get into that, but see, this image is bigger than the press. So this is why they say the 16 by, I think it's 20 by, or 21 press that I'm looking would have no issues doing it, a press this big. So what I'm gonna do it is just gonna do it in 2 sets. So I'm gonna start at the top and get the majority of that, since we already have enough overhang. So do that, get a Teflon sheet, and then drop it down for 15. Now we got this one laid out right here, so we're gonna move it back. Make sure we have every area covered. And it's not a big deal doing it this way. The job gets done, but at the same time, the comfortability and just being able to, you know, drop it down, get that first print down is what helps every, you know, situation out and keeps everything even. But doing it this way definitely gets by. It's not a big deal. But once you go something larger, then it becomes something to get frustrated at. So make sure you get a press. If you guys are buying presses, make sure you get one that is something you're going to be comfortable with for a while, and don't undercut yourself by thinking you're saving money by just buying a bundle eBay deal that basically you're going to hate down the road. So food for thought on that one. You want to be able to work efficiently and not struggle through jobs, especially if you get jobs more than I'd say about 50 pieces. You don't want to have to fight with your heat press over space. So I'd say the standard size to start off with, which is cost effective, is 15 by 15. But in some senses like this, where you're dealing with an image 16 by 13, 14, it's definitely you're gonna have to take another extra step. So doing it like I did it definitely helps out. All right guys, so we're starting to peel off. You guys are seeing me do it with you, so you guys get to see the finished product once we're done. Now I like to take my time with big images like this, just because, like I said, there's a lot of small parts. You want to be very gentle. I know a lot of people do the quick pull and I've seen some bad things happen with that, but this one right here has very little parts in it. So without putting it back on the press, I want you guys to see. So check this out. Light over here. So this is basically what we have. I mean, look how detailed that is. Like, that's crazy. So definitely a great image to put to the test with the Muto. But look at that. Colors on point. Definitely no haze in the colors. The details are just off the charts. Definitely love this one, and they're gonna love it as well too. So basically, I'm gonna tag my logo that you guys see here right in the front, and then they get this piece. They basically, you know, around to rep your boy. Definitely show them what we can do in the shop and stuff like that. And when people see this, they definitely want to come put in an order for you for something. So hope you guys like that one. I'm gonna go over here and bang out the next one. Let me just throw this one back on the press with you guys. That way you guys can see the after look. So we are going to now have to do the same thing with the two-step pressing because of the size of this image. So do that one in there. That one. All right. So for the second press, I usually do about 10 seconds. I don't really need to kill it. I got it on 280. That's comfortable for me for my machine. I know all you guys do your stuff differently, so however you guys do it is the way you're gonna get the best product. So do apologize about my dogs if you guys hear them. They're probably just going crazy. In 10 seconds, it's probably been a little bit longer than 10, but a-okay. All right, let's check that out. Yeah, so that's what we got. So finished product. And you see just the little grooves of lines right here. That's just from the shirt, not the ink. I make sure to shake all my inks and take care of my machine. So my inks are good. But just that detail, I know you guys are like, wow, it's pretty dope. So we're gonna go ahead and tag the dynamic badge in the front and then wrap up that next shirt. All right, guys, so that wraps up today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you guys have any questions, just shoot it in the comments below. I try to reach out to you guys as quick as I can. And I appreciate all the love, the direct calls that I get from you guys, just, you know, thanking me for building up this channel for you guys to actually see stuff that's going on in DTF and HTV and embroidery. I'm glad I can bring that to all you guys, and I appreciate the love that you guys show. On the next one, we're gonna be doing some stuff with the Muto, and we're gonna be doing some stuff with the Roland. I just got some new media in for the Roland, and if you go back into this video, you'll be able to see the Easter egg of what that media was, if it means anything to you. But we're gonna be doing a lot with that. My customers reached out to me because they had seen this media, and I've been interested in this media for a while. I just couldn't see who made it until I really found that out after digging deep. And it's been fun to work with, and the promo stuff we're gonna be doing on the next video is gonna be awesome. So stay tuned for that. This is Dwayne from Dynamic Graphics. Till the next video, guys, peace.